So now let's get into this question. There are two cases that we're going to look into in terms of figuring out the probability. So here's where casework comes into picture with probability. First of all, we're gonna like look at the question and we see that the sum needs to be an even number. Then we think about when the sum of two things is an even number. The possibilities are if it's an odd plus an odd, or if it's an even plus an even. That's the two cases in which a sum of two numbers will be even. And this is important to kind of internalize. I will actually go about two ways of solving this question, one with like straight counting and one with complementary. So the first one, which is like the normal counting, we look at this case, and this case would be O plus O, so odd and odd. So remember, there's two events, A and B. The first event is the first roll has to be odd. Remember, there's four odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So 4 ways of getting the first event, and then 4 ways of getting the second event as well, because you need to get two odds. So that is 16 total. Then our second one is our second one is even plus even. So that's there's 2 ways of getting that the first time and 2 ways of getting it the second time. Okay, our total. Now we need to have our total outcome, remember, because probability is equal to favorable, right? Outcomes divided by total outcomes. So total would be A, B. So again, events. The first one, there would be 6 numbers you can roll, right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. So it's 6, and then 6 for a second one as well. That's 36 total. So now we're gonna divide 16 plus 4, so it's 20 over 36. That's 5/9 if you simplify it. So that's our answer. Now I'm going to do the complementary way as well. So in the complementary way, we want to figure out what's the probability of rolling an odd, like having a sum of odd number, like an odd sum, and then subtract that from 1. So the ways you can go about it is odd plus even, or sorry, even plus odd, and odd plus even. Here order matters, remember, because since you're trying to count for each case, the order of a dice happening will matter, because you cannot have, so you can have like 1 and 2 on a dice roll. So that would be the second case, odd plus even. But rolling a 2 and then rolling a 1 also would count, but that would be the first case, even plus odd. So in fact, though, these are symmetric, meaning that they have similar outcomes. So you can just find one of them and multiply by 2. So we'll just go about that. First of all, the number of ways of getting an even is 2. Number of ways of getting odd is 4, so 8. So 8 times 2 is 16. And the total, like we calculated in the previous part, I'm going to just use that. So 16 over 36, so that's 4/9. 1 minus 4/9 is equal to 5/9. So that's our answer. Remember, 1 minus, this is coming from complementary probability. So this is a really important concept. Okay, so that's the end of counting. And in the next part, we will talk about number theory.